guys, Clacka the Geek here, and this will probably be the end of my podcast series because Series 11 has ended. Now, hopefully it's not going to be the end of the podcast series, but for now, it'll be taking a big break. But, oh my god, that was an incredible episode. It almost got the award for the best episode of the series, but not quite. But it came so close. So, okay. So now we can officially judge. Okay, was Jodie Whittaker the good choice for the Doctor? Absolutely. She has been an incredible Doctor through the series. And in this episode, it was one of her standout episodes. Bradley Walsh is as funny as usual, and he had some incredible development for the series so far. So have Ryan and Yaz. Now, still, Yaz, without her family, is the least interesting of the three companions, but still, she has been a good companion, just not great. But still, it was great. I mean, I predicted that Tim Shaw was. I kind of thought that Tim Shaw might have come in this episode, and I have a little reaction which I might show at the end of the video. So yeah. Anyway, this episode was full of tension and had me on the edge of my seat a lot of the time. It didn't throw political messages every 5 minutes into your face, and it actually was what Doctor Who should be. Pure sci-fi. None of this political rubbish and stuff. It was purely sci-fi this episode, and it's what Doctor Who should be. So yeah, if we can take anything from these episodes, is that this is what Doctor Who should be aiming for. Maybe not on this scale because this was a finale, but this was great storytelling. How the Stenzar had become really weak. I mean, the Stenzar did actually return from episode 1, and how he was really weak and in such a terrible state, but he still found a way to spread terror, essentially. So yeah, that was a great thing that they've done. Also on the characters, the subject of the characters, Bradley Walsh, he has been incredible in this series. He's been my favourite companion. And in this episode, his first line, not very cheery then, that got a laugh out of me. But easily the best joke that he's told in the entire series is when he quotes Bruce Willis from Die Hard, except he makes it a more family-friendly version and doesn't use an F-bomb. So it's okay, parents. There's no F-bombs, so yeah, it's okay. But the yippee-ki-yay robots, which is what he said, I was just flipping out. It was just so. It was timed at such the right moment, and coming from him, if it come from the other characters, it would have been good and it would have been funny. But because it came from Brad, who is actually quite a comedic, actor, that just made it even more funny. Coming from him just made it more funny. The side characters, they're not overly developed, but I still remember them fondly. Well, not fondly, but I still remember them, which is good. They're just not overly developed, but still, they're alright. Now, another thing that I can compliment this episode on is with its sets, and the set design is just glorious. The quarries that they're in, the ruins of all the spaceships and all the rubble and stuff left from probably a lot of battles. They're really cool. Speaking of battles, there wasn't a whole lot of battle going on. You kind of expect there to be a massive Stenzar and his side and massive army versus the other characters. But it wasn't like that. But I mean, I guess it makes it less conventional, which is always good. But I suppose, maybe they could have made it a bit more clear that, it's not necessarily a battle. Well, it is, but it isn't. I've spent a lot of time on this topic already. But you get what I mean. I can't remember what I was going to say next. Ryan and Yaz, now they've been good companions in this series, I will admit. It's just they could have a little bit more to do, especially Yaz, because if it's not with her family, then she doesn't really have a lot to do. Like, she's usually sidelined. But, I guess maybe in Series 12 they might improve on that. And there's a lot of room for improvement with some stuff like this. And because this is what the whole series should have been, with a few exceptions of some quite good episodes, like the Ghost Monument, Kablam, and Demons of the Punjab, and obviously the series opener. A lot of the other 5 episodes, they were quite political heavy, especially Rosa and Arachnids in the UK. Like, literally, those episodes, they just had a political message every 5 minutes. So, hopefully, the creative team behind Doctor Who now have learnt what the fans want and are going to give it to them. I think Stenzar has been the most memorable villain, and bringing him back for a good showdown was the right move. And I actually want him to return in Series 12 in some form. And also, I want some monsters to return, like old monsters. Maybe not the Daleks and Cybermen. Mind you, I would like to see them return, because we haven't had especially with the Daleks, haven't had a really massive story with them since Magician's Apprentice from 2015. So maybe they could return, if they had the right script. But I'm kind of rambling on. So this episode was great, and it's what Doctor Who should be. Why? Because it was full of tension, didn't have political messages thrown in your face every 5 minutes, had actual stakes that had me on the edge of my seat, amazing characterisation, awesome acting, and to top it off, a story which is conceptually so great that this is what Doctor Who should be striving towards, and really does feel kind of almost reminiscent of the classic series, which is a very good compliment. So, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. So, that's it for the Clacka Chronicles. Hope you enjoyed, and subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you all later. Bye!